guys, John here at learningguitarnow.com, and in this lesson I want to show you how to play an 8-bar blues solo that has some elements I've heard Duane Allman and Peter Green using. Also has a little bit of my own style thrown in. There are a lot of extra chords added to this chord progression, and it makes for a nice melodic change compared to your standard 1-4-5. To get the tone for this lesson, I'm using my 1966 Super Reverb with the JHS Charlie Brown. We'll go ahead and take a look at the first couple of licks for free, and if you would like to gain access to the full lesson, the interactive tab, the backing track, as well as the Neural Tone King preset, check out the All Access Pass. Alright, let's go ahead and start this lesson. Alright, now I'm going to break this solo down for you into 8 separate licks. We're in the key of A. Let's go ahead and take a look at the chord progression that I'm using. It's an 8-bar blues. So for the first bar, we're just using A chord. And you can count it in 12/8. So you count it like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Then we're going to go to C sharp 7th chord. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. D. It's D major. And then we'll go D minor. And then A. F sharp 7th chord. B7. These chords right here, the A, F sharp 7, B7, E7, only gonna count for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. B7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, E7, 5 chord. And then our A, D7 or D9, A, E. So pretty interesting little chord progression there. Basically just 8-bar blues and changing up a couple of things. The first 8 bars, we're going to play this A and this unique thing where you go to C sharp 7. You hear stuff like Ray Charles doing that on Georgia. Kind of a more soul R&B chord progression right there. Sounds really cool though. And also our 4, but then adding 4 minor. Nice little chord progression to add, especially to give it a little bit more of a melodic feel. And then on this part, we got our A to our F sharp 7, just going all 7th chords in a standard 1, 6, 2, 5, 1, which is what this is. 1 would be F sharp minor. 2 is minor diatonic chord progressions. Now, if you're unfamiliar with all these terms and intervals and how I do all this and think about these chords and how they occur in the major scale, check out my blues guitar rhythm course. So you just have this, F sharp 7, B7, E7. So they're all 7th chords, and you hear that. It's more of kind of like a country theme, but you also hear Ray Charles and stuff like that doing this type of a chord progression. So pretty fun thing to play over. You just have to be aware of what chords are happening and kind of adjust your thinking to think more melodically instead of just riffing through a 12-bar 1-4-5. Okay, so lick 1 sounds like this. Okay, so for lick 1, pretty basic lick here, but the hardest thing to get is that volume swell. Not that difficult of a thing to do, but if you're not used to doing it, it could be a little bit more challenging. So we've got the band about to come in, and so right before the band comes in, you got the count off. We're gonna bend this note, turn your volume down. I'm using my neck pickup for this first section. Got the volume on 0 here. Now strike it. I want to start turning that volume on right when the band kicks in. So you have the first click, 1, 2, 3 on the little click in track. And then it clicks 3 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Now right when it basically comes in, you want to start twisting that knob, and I go to about 9 or 10, doesn't really matter, something in that vein, and you want to get that. It's kind of a Duane Allman thing. You would hear him doing that a lot. And so at the same time that you're turning this volume knob up, you're pulling the bend down. So hit it kind of a low volume here, so it sounds better when your amp is a little bit more cranked. So we have that kind of a sound. So we have pull it off. Then we're going to strike 10, 12. Now pre-bend again to almost 2 frets up. Release. And then strike that 10th fret. This is our root note or A note in the B.B. King position. Pretty easy lick. Just getting all the nuances right with that volume swell. You know, getting the pre-bend ready and then releasing it and just striking it. I'm not striking the notes real hard. This is a real laid back portion of the slow blues. So I'm striking everything, you know. I'm using the Fender Tortuga heavy pick and getting a really round tone. Adding some nice kind of laid back vibrato right there. Okay, so that's lick 1. Okay, lick 2 sounds like this. Okay, so for lick 2, now our chord progression is changing to that C sharp 7 chord here. Like I mentioned previously, you hear that stuff on like Ray Charles, Georgia. So in my mind, what I'm thinking, since this chord is not really in the key of A, if we were playing in the key of A major, which this tune is in the key of A, we'd have a C sharp minor chord. So that's the natural chord that would occur in the key of A. And since this is a C sharp 7, and this situation, what I decided to do was just think of like, okay, I'm switching everything to like I'm playing in the key of C sharp. So in my mind, my first step is the minor pentatonic scale, C sharp, starting on the 9th fret, first position. And from there, I can add the major pentatonic. I added that 11th fret on the B string instead of 9 here. And then I'm just sliding in from 8 to 9. Then adding the blues scale here. Now adding the major 3rd here. Now pulling off. Now going back down the blues scale and adding the major note to it. So that's how I'll approach a lot of different blues playing is here's my minor pentatonic first position. Now what notes can I add to that to spice it up on a dominant 7th style blues? Adding that major note. Adding the blues scale. Adding the major 3rd here. And the major 3rd here. That's the same note as that. I could have done anything like that. So that's the mindset I'm doing for just when it's going to C sharp 7, not in the chord progression that I have, key of A, and just switching to my thinking the first position minor pentatonic, adding these notes in to get that just a real bluesy sound. Okay, so that's it for lick 2. Okay, well that does it for this free lesson. As I mentioned previously, if you would like to gain access to the full lesson, check out the All Access Pass. When you do become an All Access Pass subscriber, you'll also gain access to all the courses and lessons on the site that will teach you the concepts and techniques required to play improvisational blues and slide guitar. All right, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.